Hey, you guys. So let me just get the chat up really quickly, and then we'll get going into talking about all the topics. A lot of things are happening today in gaming news. Um, a lot. Let's see. Where's the chat? If people are talking, I can't see right now. Just give me one second. Okay, so I have the chat up. Um, Yeah, I'm gonna be checking both places. I don't know why. I still can't figure out why OBS took the sidebar chat. It's on this side of the screen. They took it away. I don't know why. I think I might have accidentally deleted it. That's more or less the case. Because I am clumsy like that, and I do things unprovoked. Okay, I'm a wild child. Hey, what's going on, Babsy? Hey, Peter, how are you guys? I hope y'all are doing well. Hey, Ash, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well tonight. There's a lot of stuff that we need to get into. This is also, by the way, the first stream of the week that I'm going to be doing streams every single day for 1 week to see how I do with them. You can help me with that? Okay, so after I do the stream, I'll ask you about it and I can start fixing it because I think I might have accidentally deleted that. That's more or less the case. But yeah, welcome to the stream, you guys. There's a lot that's going on today. There's a lot that's going on in the world. As you guys know, I've been quiet on a lot of stuff for just, my own safety, for my family's safety. So please, for anyone who's new here in the chat, no discussion about politics. I want my stuff to be a safe place where you guys can go. I don't want to talk about the stuff that's currently going on for personal reasons that are all happening right now. I talk to my friends about it and I talk to family members about it, so I don't need to, have my live stream in place for it, and that's the only thing I'm gonna say on it. So, hey, what's going on, Mo? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, as you guys can tell by the title, we're gonna be talking about the acquisition that finally went through on Microsoft's side. We're gonna be talking about Lords of the Fallen. We're gonna be talking about just a bunch of stuff, the rebranding. As you guys know, I just posted a video about the rebranding that I did, and I am very excited about the fact that so far everyone's being really receptive to the rebranding. It's really, really cool to be able to see people get on board with it because Souls games are just, they're my bread and butter. I love them so much. Ever since playing Dark Souls 1, really, they've really become my bread and butter. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Any questions so far? Because I think we're going to have, no TikTok from me at TikTok? TikTok. Wait, what? I'm sorry, I didn't understand you there. So far, I'm just gonna go in and see if you guys have any questions about the rebranding because I went through it in the video kind of quick. So I'll use right now to have you guys ask any questions you may have about the rebranding, about the types of videos that we're gonna be doing, all that kind of stuff. So let's go with that while I open up my Arizona iced tea. Yes, exactly. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I remember when you started the Soulsborne journey. You were literally like one of the first people who was like, no, you gotta play this game, you gotta play it, I know you're gonna love it. And now it's basically the main content that I do. Like, you introduced, like, not only were you one of the people that introduced me to those games, but you introduced me to Final Fantasy. And, like, this is just amazingness all around. So, winning. But yeah, no, if you guys have any questions so far about the rebrand, or if you guys want to go right into talking about the acquisition, we can do that as well because, either way, I'm cool with however you guys want to tackle today's live stream. One thing I do want to mention with the rebranding that I did, it is mentioned in my, whatchamacallit, in my Twitter. I have to put it inside my YouTube because I have freelance video editor for Game Informer, all the information, but I want to be able to make it super clear for everyone who is new to the channel, so I might do that at some point. Let's see, not a big fan of all the Souls games, just some, but I can see how some people find them enjoyable. Yeah, and that's fine. I know not a lot of people really jive with them because of the difficulty level of them and how a lot of you know, like how a lot of times you can just die and die and die over and over and over again. That was a hurdle for me too in the very beginning when I tried Dark Souls. I was like, why am I dying so much? You just let the game envelop you. Once you let the game do its thing, and once you play by the game's rules, then it just becomes a lot easier. I know you're itching for the new Spider-Man game coming soon as well. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I might actually live stream Miles Morales because I never got I didn't get to play Miles Morales yet and I want to play it so much, but I want to do like, I don't know, a recording of it, but it's not Soulsborne. So, I don't know. I might just do like a live stream of it or I might just play it on my own to soak in all of the good like Miles Morales story of it because the way Spider-Man 1 ended made me so happy. That last scene, I was just like, oh my god, I cannot wait for Spider-Man 2. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to review it. Hey, what's going on, Game Barker Preacher? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. The only game that's coming that has my attention is Mario. Yoink! Mario is regardless incredible. I love Mario. Sekiro is my all-time favorite, and second is Lords of the Fallen already. The first day of launch, and it's a favorite. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. For those of you who do not know, the publisher for that game was Activision. So I'll put that out there. And the creators, obviously, from software. But Sekiro was really the game, and I know I said it in the video that came out today, Sekiro was really the only game that pushed me of where I felt like I would not be able to do it, and I pushed beyond my limits, and even then, I feel like that, like Ishin Sword Saint, prepped me for Orphan of Cause in such a big way, to the point of where I'm going to be actually doing a walkthrough for that boss battle for Orphan of Cause when I get inside the DLC, so very excited about that. Because I already beat him once, and that boss is so incredibly easy to parry, so I'll be showing you guys how to do that. Let's see. Aside from that, I think I'm done for the year. I can understand that. This year has been pretty heavy game-wise. I think it's probably the best year for gaming we've ever had since 2013. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, Anthony? Welcome to the stream. You can be a mostly Souls-like channel and still play some of the AAA games. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, I understand that. I still want to be very picky because I don't want to spread myself too thin whenever it comes to content. I see a few of my friends going through that, and I don't want to burn myself out and, you know, do more than one thing, necessarily. I highly recommend it as a game. Play on your own time. Just swinging around the city alone is therapeutic. That's how I felt with the first Spider-Man game. Oh, here are my glasses. That's how I felt with the first Spider-Man game because honestly, the way in which it was crafted, some of the best control work I ever saw, and I even said that in my review, like that easily a 9.5 out of 10 for me. See, I highly recommend. Oh, I already read that one. Mario is gonna sell out as soon as it. Like, yeah, yeah. No, that's going to be a really. That's no pun intended. It's going to be a game changer. So, okay. So since you guys don't have any questions currently right now about the rebrand, we're going to move on to some Activision Blizzard, where you guys must have all seen the interesting news and probably, I would say, the wonderful news about it being acquired. Finally, everything went through. It's all done. The deal is set, and Microsoft officially has acquired Activision Blizzard. What do you guys think? What are your guys' thoughts? What are you guys thinking about right now as we dive into possibly a new era of the gaming industry unfolding before us? I'm just glad that it's over. I don't know why I just sound like a California girl. It's like, so over. Like, hashtag over. Absolutely over. Kim Kardashian. Over. I don't know why it made me sound like that in my head. But yeah, no, I'm glad that people will finally be able to relax, but still probably a lot of drama channels will find a way to bring it up again somehow. I have no strong feelings towards it. It hardly means anything. Okay, interesting. It's another studio gobbled up by the Microsoft machine. It's interesting that you mentioned that because when it comes down to it, Activision Blizzard is a pretty ginormous company with a not so great human being who is heading it for this as a CEO. And I'm really just glad that number one, Bobby Kotick is not the CEO anymore. He's not the head of it anymore. And I'm really glad that they're going under new leadership because they hopefully, this is the biggest hope for me, is that the harassment won't be as great as it was when they were working under his reign, in a sense. It was cool to see they finally got it done. Now we don't have to hear about it all the time. And by the way, the video released was cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And you know what? Yeah, I feel like it'll be like another week of people getting it out of their system and talking about it. Like we're talking about it right now. It's news, so we're covering it. But regardless, I feel like it'll start to wane itself out by the end of this month, I'm guessing. So you're going to start to see Xbox make a lot of probably new posts and doing some things. I'm just projecting right now and I'm guesstimating what might happen. But you're going to see Xbox, Phil Spencer especially, head of Xbox, make a lot of different posts, a lot of things. My guess is that Diablo 4 is going to come to Game Pass as well as Call of Duty. So see. Also, hi Chris, how are you? Welcome to the stream. I don't like it business-wise, but getting rid of Bob at the end of the year, yeah, getting rid of him was the best part of the entire thing, I feel. It is a positive. I prefer Bobby in jail, but at least he's getting the boot. You see, like, I would have preferred that too, but the fact that he's getting the boot with regardless a decently sized check, it's like, all right, fine, whatever, at least he's not in that position of power anymore. But MS acquiring another studio means nothing to me because they never do anything with them. I feel like there's more happening behind the scenes than we realize. I don't necessarily feel like they're not doing anything with them. I feel like it's a lot. I'm going to use a weird comparison right now, but it's a lot like a record company, right? When you get a 360 deal, they have the rights to everything. Baby pictures, if you have a child, merch, CDs, tour revenue, everything. They have the rights to everything. And when you are in a 360 deal, when you are there and you're not necessarily popular enough to work, they shelve you. You put you on a nice little shelf and they're like, we can't let you go anywhere because we're afraid that someone might snatch you up, but we want you to stay right here. This is my guess of what's happening right now, because it's not like they're not doing anything with these different companies, whether they be indie or otherwise AAA. But they're just keeping them there because they love the work that they do and they want to be able to have them there in case they, come out with an amazing game. I don't know all the ins and outs of the business side, but I'm just guesstimating right now what is going on, if anything. Let's see. I think it's a positive for Xbox gaming because maybe they help some of the franchises they got with Game Pass or reboots or something. Yeah, that's my hope. I really honestly hope that since they acquired Bethesda, that whatchamacallit, The Evil Within 3 could be a potential. Like that's my hope, honestly. I figure if he gets another job somewhere, it would be unlikely with all the nuclear heat he has. It would be very I don't think, I don't know. I shouldn't even say anything on that because I don't know what position he would go as next. He had one of the biggest positions in the gaming industry when he was at Blizzard, and that was kind of tarnished. Not just kind of, it was. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen with this whole thing, nor do I care, but it's one of those going to be interesting complexities that happens over the course of a few months, even the next year. So it's basically a dragon hoarding its treasure, which is unhealthy for any industry, which is how I had thought of it already. It's hoarding its treasure, but it will appear to the public as if, okay, we're keeping these guys because we love what they do and we love their work and we want them to be able to post what their, not only their best work is, but their work in general. I'm trying to be positive about it, but also I see how everyone else is seeing it as well. And I have such mixed feelings about the entire thing of where, yes, on the one hand, Microsoft acquiring a lot of these companies is really cool because it gives them a platform to be able to create so much cool shit. But on the other hand, it's like, why do you need to acquire so many companies? Like, keep it at a few. That way everything is manageable. But I don't know. I'm very, very mixed about the entire scope of things, to be quite honest. Which doesn't bode well. In all honesty, because if I feel mixed on it, imagine how the general public feels about it, who aren't gaming journalists and who aren't content creators. It's already a big cluster F. I feel like people give Xbox a lot of hate, but with everything, let's see, everything they bought, the more going behind the scenes, we don't know with the stuff that they got going on. Yeah, exactly. We are not Phil Spencer. We will never be able to understand the scope of everything that is happening right now. Keep in mind, when a public figure posts, they post what they want people to see. And we only have a singular projection and a singular perception of all the different things that are happening as of right now. So we don't know all the details yet. I'd like to be positive on it, but at the same time, I've been waiting 15 years for Rare to do anything that isn't Sea of Thieves, and that's going to be interesting because I mean that's the same thing that I've been dealing with the Evil Within, because they haven't done anything since the Evil Within 2 came out in 2017. So it's really complicated, and it's hard to put into words because you want to be able to formulate the best thing possible, but it doesn't make sense. None of it does. And that's the thing of where a lot of these companies just do what companies do that's in the best interest for them, not necessarily thinking of the consumer, rather thinking of what product will make the most bang for their buck. And from that business perspective, I completely understand where they're going with it, But I know that's not ideal, but it is what it is whenever it comes to businesses. And I don't just mean Banjo, even though I greatly like that. I mean, the time I only came close to playing a Banjo game was in Uncharted 4. So, hey, what's going on, Iron Man the Power? How are you? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well this evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Whenever it comes to Activision, whenever it comes to these more powerful entities, I would say, there is only one thing that we need to keep in mind is, are they going to keep to the promises that they said they were going to keep to? Now, as you all know, Fable is getting a remake, all that kind of stuff. A lot of games that Xbox said were going to be coming out and different things that we're going to be doing. It really, honestly, it didn't happen recently. But what my hope is and what my main goal is to see is them keeping to their promise with Fable, and them keeping to their promise on all the other things that are supposed to come out now that this acquisition is finally done. It's almost like, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's almost like they don't have any more excuses here to wait things out anymore. They're done with the acquisition, even though the rest of the paperwork process, all that kind of stuff still probably needs to get done and finalized. And even though it is finalized on Twitter, doesn't mean that in the background. There is probably so much other stuff that needs to go on in the background before it's like finalized. But for them, they got the go ahead and they were like, okay, yeah, we can tell the public that everything is finalized. After that's all done, we'll start to see more of an influx of them just talking about games that are supposed to come out when they were supposed to come out. So, let's see. I will make you play Kazooie one of these days. Yeah, I know. I need to, and I need to review it. That's a goal of mine, is to review Banjo-Kazooie. And go Kazooie toot toot. I'm gonna lie down. I have a horrible headache. Well, talk to you Sunday for sure. Sounds good. I hope you feel better, Ash. Take care. I already expressed my feelings on MS monopolizing in this area of tech. PS would get a lot of negativity when I get the timed exclusives with COD, but then people praise the Activision acquisition. It's so interesting to see what's going on in that regard, because PlayStation would get a lot of negativity, like you said, when they get timed exclusives with COD, but then people praise Activision acquisitions. Now, there's a little bit of a double standard, I feel, going on with a lot of this stuff, because, and apparently my camera decided to start tracking me. Oh, I put my hand up. That's why. With COD, it is probably one of, besides Grand Theft Auto, one of the most popular franchises in the world. And I feel like that one is a precious one to monopolize, and it's a precious one to try to get in the right space, if that makes sense. So they're trying to get it to the right kind of temperature for them to move on things. It's like a predator prey type situation. Not that overly dramatic, but that's the closest I can think of to what it is in my head, My issue with Xbox is like, how can you scoop up all this talent and do nothing with it? You have the money. It sounds like they're doing nothing with it. They are, and maybe we just don't know anything because, like I said, there's a lot that goes on in the background. There's a lot that's happening that we have no clue about. A lot of it. And that's the thing. Like I said, on social media, you're only seeing what they want you to see. That's the gist of it. So if you're seeing a company posting a tweet, that is planned out mostly a few hours, a few days, or a few weeks ahead because they need companies need to make sure that everything is planned to the finite point. So that's one thing you gotta understand about Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, all of it. It's the same thing. Everything is really diligently planned. And if it's planned to that much of a finite degree, there are things always happening in the background that we're not even aware of. Let's see, like the last true good exclusive we got on the Xbox was Hi-Fi, and that game was good. Well, we just recently got Starfield. And Starfield, I mean, I've been playing Starfield for a little bit now, and it's pretty good. And that's me saying that. I'm not a big fan of Bethesda. So, I mean, it goes to show you that whenever you get really well-timed games that come out just when the company needs them to boost them back up again, it's working. It's working. And like I said, there are things that are being planned right now probably that are happening in the background that we have no clue about possibly. So we can look at it from different angles, but we always have to be empathetic to the fact that these are multi-billion-dollar companies that can't really share a lot. They can't really share a lot. They can't really do a lot for people. And I'm not expecting companies to be my best friend. As long as they come out with cool shit and they do their job, we're Gucci. We're fine. That's true, but what was the last thing Rare was used for other than Killer Instinct? You know what's interesting is that I didn't even hear about Rare until I started hanging out with Game Parker Preacher. And that's interesting because I'm not like I heard the name the first time and I was just like, Rare? What's Rare? And then Preacher explained a lot of it to me, and that was the first time I had heard about that. So, it goes to show you how, like, if I didn't even hear about Rare until I had met Preacher, then so many other people probably didn't hear about Rare. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just kind of naive on what Rare actually is because I'm very new to what it actually is. But it's, I don't know. Rare don't even do the latest KI game. Yeah, Killer Instinct. That was a game I heard about not too long ago. I was looking into some titles and everything, and that's one that came up, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. So, but yeah, I mean, when it comes to different exclusives, when it comes to games that are going to be coming out of Microsoft, there's going to be a lot more variety on Game Pass, that's for sure. Now, currently, I am signed up for Game Pass Ultimate for both PC and Xbox Series X, so I can do videos for like top threes and stuff like that for Game Pass. So when they do come out with Diablo and Call of Duty, expect drama videos from a lot of people. They're just going to use that as, a way to get clout, as a way to boost what, their content is and all that kind of thing. It's not because they actually care about Xbox. Realize this. It's because they just want to take advantage of what the news actually is. And the fact of the matter, when you have games that come to Game Pass, like Lies of P, I was so surprised that came to Game Pass. Starfield, I thought that was not going to come to Game Pass, for sure. But an almost $70 game came to Game Pass, which is unbelievable. Rare has a legacy like this company had literal golden age, and then once they got scooped up, the magic just stopped. It wasn't gone, but it was a husk of its former self. Interesting. Okay, so Rare did Sea of Thieves. And that turned out really amazing. I mean, I've never played Sea of Thieves, but I've heard from a lot of my friends how much they really enjoy the Sea of Thieves as well. It's kind of the same thing with what's going on with with Vampire the Masquerade. That has been passed from so many different developers along the years that it's really gotten to the point of where even Masquerade Bloodlines 2 as you guys know, got postponed. And then it became something of where it was kind of like a gaming political monopoly, like a little pawn point of where it kept getting stretched around and moved around and all this kind of shit. And then we finally see an update from the developer saying that we're going to be getting that we got news in September about it, that there is going to be a definitive release date for it, which is great, and I love that. But Vampire the Masquerade is another example of one of those game franchises that got moved around so much and got manipulated so much that I'm not even sure how it's going to turn out when when release time comes, because there is so much to that game that I hope is not lost. So I can't even imagine how people feel about Rare. I mean, like Preacher, you were saying about it before. There's so much that, in the beauty of Vampire the Masquerade that I hope doesn't get lost, because with the game that came out in 2004, it's a dinosaur, but it really revolutionized the way gaming is done nowadays, because of how it was created and how it was utilized within the gaming industry. So I know I did a video on this before if you guys want to check it out. It's I believe I titled it How Vampire the Masquerade Changed the Gaming Industry. I forget. So we haven't heard anything about Everwilds, nothing on Perfect Dark reboot. Crickets. Interesting. I want to play Sea of Thieves, but it's one of those I need friends games. I feel that. I mean, I'm not a co-op person in general. Like, the only games I truly love playing co-op with are Souls games. So yeah, it's interesting though, because like there are so many games that have yet to come out, but because I feel like because of COVID, everything, when it got delayed, it pushed the momentum of the industry back, I think at least a year. And every time I see like games that are supposed to come out and this and that, it really boggles my mind. Speaking of Vampire the Masquerade, they keep pushing aside the game, but the main game is still in development. So hold on, let me check something really quickly, because I believe they put out a release date for it. I just have to double check. Let's see. Vampire Bloodlines 2. Okay. So let's see. Do they have a release date for this? Okay, so the release date for it is Q3 or 4 of next year. That's what I'm seeing from a lot of this. Update. Okay. Nope, decline. I'm just reading this really quickly. I just want to be able to see what's going on. Okay, no, that was an update that was in June. Where can I find? Okay. Can I just see really? I want like a definitive day. Okay, so it's releasing next year. Yep, that's all they're telling me, is that it's releasing next year, Q3 or 4 of next year, which is great. And they have that release date there, but we need more of a definitive release date, because they came up with a new trailer last month. Motorcycles. They came up with not a definitive release date, but they came up with a new trailer last month that I still need to see. Actually, I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, I honestly, it's kind of the same as Cyberpunk, right? They kept doing like those big neon plasters of where it's like, sorry, but we have to delay. Sorry, we have to delay. Sorry, we have to delay. Sorry, but one more month, one more week, one more year. Like, damn it. So, actually, why don't we watch the new trailer? Because I haven't watched the new trailer that came out from Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Oh, I didn't get it wasn't a super chat, it was a super comment. Thank you so much, Anthony. I really appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Shout out to Anthony. I'm gonna butcher your last name so badly. I'm not even going to attempt that out of respect for your last name, but thank you so much, Anthony, for the super comments. I really appreciate that. Yeah, let's look at the new trailer for Vampire the Masquerade. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Bloodlines 2. Okay, yep, 1 month ago. Perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do... Excuse me. Hey, what's going on? Hecker's Boy? I think that's how you pronounce it. I keep forgetting that's the thing. I was so incredibly excited. But yeah, it's coming out next year. We're about to watch the announcement trailer. I keep forgetting to watch it, so we're just going to watch it right now. I just need to fix my settings on my screen. That way we can watch this stuff. So, let's see. Where is the screen? Show video capture. Show, yes, display capture. Perfect. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, jeez. Hold on a second, you guys. Let me put this right over here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. That's not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. Bloodline. The only Bloodline I'm excited about is the Bloodline in the WWE. Okay. Okay, that's where that is. Jeez, there's so much finagling around. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna watch the trailer right now. Can you guys hear it? Oh no, you can't hear it. There we go. Okay.
In the sound of the silence, I can move like the
Oh no, I might get copyright stroked for this.
the eyes on my target. I will bloom in my sin, wide awake like I'm dreaming, getting closer to midnight, 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 midnight.
Oh, the graphics look good. It's in first person? Please tell me you can go out of third person. Or go out of first person, rather. The Nosferatu looks so good. It looks like Bloodlines, the co-op.
Can you hear it? My blood is singing. I will wait for you.
I'm nervous about this one, you guys. I'm very, very nervous about this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel very nervous, to say the least, because for a second there, the way I saw the movements and everything of like the claws and stuff like that, it looked like the Vampire Masquerade blood hunt that they did for the co-op game. That was really good, but also it's like, this is really straying a little too far for my liking, from what the first Bloodlines did. So the first one was first person also. Not the way I played it. Oh wait, no, you could go back and forth between first and third person. I forgot, because I mostly play it third person. You can go in and out of that just the way you could do that in Fallout. So I'd actually be surprised by a third person Bloodlines game. You know, I really honestly feel like they would do so well with it, because seeing the whole character and seeing it, like, that's the same way I wish Cyberpunk 2077 would be third person, because I would love to see the full character. I would just love to see the full character. Venturi for life. Tremere. Tremere for me. There's probably a way to move the camera to third person, though. That's what I'm thinking. I really hope there is, because that would make the game a lot more immersive, just for me personally. But I know a lot of people really enjoy first person. Same way that they moved from third to first person for the Resident Evil games. It was a necessary change. Like, the flow of that was just natural because of the way the gaming industry works. You know, there always has to be like a flow with the change. But then again, I haven't played the first Bloodlines in a while, so I have to go back to it. I think I played like for a few minutes for a clip that I did. together for that Masquerade video that I published. But yeah, like fully played the game. Oh gosh, it's been a few years because I only just recently played it. I think 3 or 4 years ago at this point. It was really honestly it's such a good game. It was one of those games of where it was too good for its time in 2004. It was way ahead of its time. And I feel like that's what really a lot of people didn't grasp of what it was like. Okay, this is a vampire game, but like you're in the middle of this whole cityscape and you have to keep the masquerade and it's a really amazing concept. They could break the mold and make it a second person. Make it just a second person, just say flat. That would be great. Honey, what are you today? Paper. I'd say first person RE fits the more suspense horror, while the third person is better for action. Interesting take. Interesting take. I wouldn't have thought of that. I always see. My first game I ever played was Resident Evil 1 remake. On what was it? On the GameCube. So when I played Resident Evil games, it was already in third person, and that for me what Resident Evil will always be because it's nostalgia talking. Not necessarily facts, but when I look at Resident Evil, it was just a natural progression for me. Like when I saw Resident Evil, whatchamacallit, just Biohazard, the one that came out in 2017, done, I was so surprised to see it in first person, but it flowed so well with it. It worked out really, really well. Vampire for me will always be pen and paper tabletop first. Oh, didn't? Okay, so the TTRPG, that's one that we have to discuss because that originally came out in 92, right? Wait a second, 92 was when I was born. Shit, I feel old. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Yeah, that's originally came out in 92 or 94. I forget which one. But yeah, the tabletop RPG is one I really want to get into. Or even better, make it fourth person perspective. Now we're just breaking the fourth wall at this point. Fourth person perspective, it's just gonna be out of this world. Oh my gosh. But you guys, it is almost 8. It's like 10 to 8 right now. What are some last minute topics that we want to discuss before I end off stream? Because I have to record more Cyberpunk and Lies of P after this. And I'm really excited. I'm on the King of Puppets boss. And I'm really, really excited about this boss. Because people were telling... I don't know if it's a spoiler, but I got told what the upcoming boss is going to be. So it was the King of Puppets. I didn't see what he looked like or anything like that, but I got told that's his name. And I heard Geppetto talking about it. I'm like, okay, this is going to be interesting. I remember my very first time I saw Resident Evil was over a convenience store next to my house. Someone playing it and letting me use a controller. Oh, I love that. Wait, which Resident Evil was it? Was it the first Resident Evil? Very much enjoying Lies of P. King of Puppets was fun. Okay, I'm just so excited because with a name like that, you kind of have to live up to the boss battle. Because if it's a king, I can't even imagine what the boss is gonna be like at that point. Then, but because we've seen so many different cool, unique boss styles over the course of the game. I don't trust Geppetto. Okay, we need to talk about this because I don't trust Geppetto either, and I've said this since the demo. I said, wouldn't it be cool if Geppetto turned into like the bad guy in the game? Apparently, people don't trust Geppetto either. He gives off such a weird vibe. He said in the game, this isn't a spoiler, but one of the lines that he said was, "You'll always be my good boy." I'm like, what? I don't want to be your good boy forever. I'm human. RE1 original long box. Oh God, that's amazing. I love that. I love that so. I love that you get to experience that too. That's amazing. But I don't trust Geppetto either. I don't. I really, honestly, Geppetto is kind of sus. It really is. It's one of those things too of where like if we look at the story and the original story by Carlo Collodi, we see his selfishness for wanting to create a real boy, a real son. So I don't know if they're going to kind of like demonize him in a way and make that selfishness come out in a boss battle or something. I don't know. But I don't. We have an intellect in the chat. I don't trust that either. I don't trust either. I'm more than halfway through the game at this point with the King of Puppets, and I'm just like, nope, nah, nope, 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 nobody, nope, nope. Now I get to do that for kids coming into my shop, so it all comes full circle. I love that so much. That's wonderful. That's really, really cool. See, and the best part of that is that since you're knowledgeable about games and you know about them, you can show them the ropes, you can show them like what games are the best ones to get for their age and where they're at and what they want and all that kind of stuff, which I think is awesome. I think it's really cool too with Lies of P is how close they are keeping to the story. It just with certain things like the what is it? The wish box thing where it says in the description of the item where you make a wish upon a star. And I think that's so cool that they reference that. Like, it's just so incredibly wonderful, though, where Carlo Collodi is being held in such a high regard and being kept so true to the stories of Pinocchio. Like, it's just wonderful. Same thing with Alice in Wonderland with Alice Madness Returns. That was an amazing game. Hey, what's going on, Maverick? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Grew up with my aunt living with us, and she had a wall of dolls. It's the same way I feel about mannequins. I can't stand mannequins. Can't. No bueno. Nope, not doing mannequins. I cannot stand them. I feel like they're looking right into my soul. I can't. Nope, not doing mannequins. Surprisingly, no one is talking about the survivor horror indie game coming at the end of the October, Stray of Souls. Oh, I'm not supporting that game. I don't support it. The guy who is running the game is highly transphobic, so nope, not for me. I don't. Yeah, not gonna. Yeah, Stray Souls is not a title I'm going to be reviewing or supporting. So it's why all of my dolls are robots. Mannequins also fall into the doll section. I don't like mannequins. I kind of get the fear of dolls. Just stare. Like, what's with the staring? Like, okay, if you're gonna stare at me, at least talk to me. No, actually, no. I retract that. Nope, don't talk to me. I don't want. I don't want dolls talking to me. The original stories were much darker than Disney made them, such as The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid was dark. It was very dark. Like, hot moly boly. Moly boly? I don't know what moly boly is. I bet I didn't know anything about the background of it. Yeah, so I got an email. I believe it was from a subscriber, and they warned me because they told me that, hey, you liked a tweet of Stray Souls, and they said that what was how they worded it? They said that the guy who I think is one of the developers on it is highly transphobic, and he was liking a lot of transphobic tweets. So I immediately unliked it and not going to be buying the game because, Parker, Preacher said over here that, standards. We have standards, okay? But yeah, it's one of those things of where, like, I always try to see what the upcoming horror games are and if I'm going to review them. And I'm so happy I got that email from someone about it and everything, just to not go for it. The fear of dolls and mannequins is because of a few things. They're an uncanny valley issue of something not quite human, but also it's similar to humans in rigor mortis. That's even more terrifying, honestly, now that I think about it, because it's the same. What was that one thing of where, like, oh gosh, it's like I can't even remember the name of it, but it's like a flower that can cause rigor mortis in the body or something like that. It's a whole thing. I did research on it in college of where, like, it causes, like, numbness and, like, a stiffness in the joints. So, like, you can't move them. And that, you hit on something there. I can't do with wooden dolls, like, old thing, but it's interesting, like, where the fears are. It's so strange. Like, most people have a fear of heights. I have a fear of mannequins. The other fear, you guys, okay, so I have a fear of mannequins. I do have a fear of heights. Not a big fear of heights, but I have a pretty decently chunky size fear of heights. A fear of mannequins. a fear of clowns, which you guys are going to see in the upcoming Lies of P video coming out next week. Oy vey. And this is such a weird one to admit, but I have a fear of packing material. I'm afraid that I will suffocate, and I do not like packing material at all. Like, especially like the bubble wrap stuff. Oh, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Like, no, 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 nope. That wasn't for me, but that's now going on my list. Yeah. Let's see. I can't do heights unless I am holding something really tightly. Same. I also have a fear of clowns. Yeah, the clowns, I don't know. I sang the national anthem at a circus one time, and this really adorable, actually, a really sweet clown came up to me and he complimented my singing voice. And he was very, very sweet, but I was also very scared. It's a very irrational fear that I have, okay? Hey, what's going on, sir? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Like packing peanuts, that and like the bubble wrapping, like the bubble wrap that's used to pack stuff in, like wine glasses and all that kind of stuff. I can't. Like, I'm afraid that I'll suffocate or something like that. It's a very irrational fear. I get this. Like, does your dad have to open your Amazon parcels with the bubble packing inside? No, because the bubble packing that's used inside is like a really bigger one that's a lot squishier. So that's like, it's very specific. Like, the very specific fear that I have is of the big bubble wrap that like literally could enclose a person. But no, like, it comes in chunks, the parcels that it's packaged in. I'll have to show you guys sometime because I'm supposed to get a package tomorrow from Amazon, actually. So I'll have to show you guys what I'm talking about when I mean like, this one is okay, this one is not. Only clown that scared me is Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald is weird looking. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but Ronald McDonald looked like he set a house on fire or something. Like, he just looks really weird. I'm sorry. It's, I feel like all fear is irrational to some degree, right? Because our brain tells us from previous experiences to be afraid. I don't know what previous experiences I had with bubble wrap to make me feel afraid, but apparently it's a thing. I have a heavy tryptophoria, fear of many small holes. Oh, okay, I got you. Don't look up pictures. Yeah, I've seen pictures. It's to the point of destroying a picture of myself when I was younger because of how the picture looked. I can understand that fear. I can understand it. I feel like yeah, I read that. Hey, what's going on, Crosif? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Also, don't be mad at anyone. But hold on a second. Big Bird from Sesame Street, right? Oh my god, Sesame Street had to be the creepiest show I ever saw when I was a kid. The only one I liked was Count Up to 10. That was it. I'm pretty sure it was just because he was a vampire, and I loved vampires also when I was a child, but gosh damn. Like, that was it. That show was a nightmare for me. And my parents would be like, no, you have to watch it. No, I'm not watching that show. Nope. Unless Count to 10 is the entire episode. No. If breathing issues or panic attacks, then it would make sense for a fear of something like that. Probably makes sense because I do have very, very bad asthma and panic attacks. So it does make sense. I had a double whammy. Not only did my aunt have a wall of dolls, but my mom also had a couple of porcelain statue dolls. No, thank you. No. Afuera with that. No. Imagine you're sleeping peacefully at night at 3 a.m. and Big Bird slams your door open. I think my asthma is laughing for me. That would be scary, but also what the imagine that. It's like Kramer in Seinfeld just coming into the... Wait, I have an idea. Jerry! What's that? Oh, sorry. Oh no. Oh my gosh, that's great. And wait, is it gonna? Okay, there we go. I actually need to use my hailer. Hold on 1 second. Oh man. Why is it? Oh my god. Hi, Feather. Okay, fine. Let's go. All right. I know, Feather. I need to take my inhaler. Yes, I know. Mommy's a little bit crazy. Oh my gosh. Fears are rational because they're usually based on, what is it, biological markers to help our survival, but often come up in circumstances unrelated to fear's origin. Yes, this is true. I'm fine, thanks. How are you? I love watching your content. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're giving me licks. He's also purring. Oh God, what do you want? What's up? I know, you need a feather. Okay, you want to come up here? You get, okay. You, I don't know. What did you decide to do? Are you choosing things? Are you, he's choosing. He's a choosy cat. Okay, hold on. It's like, oh, turn around so people can see your face. There you go. Okay. Not the microphone. Are you a tall boy? Are you a tall boy? This cat is 10 years old. 10 years old. And you're my little sitting shits. I love you. Mwah. Oh, he's purring. That's a good sign. Like a lot of fear bugs related to color based off of the ancestor survival instincts and diseases being spread. Ah, okay. That does make sense. We got a cat, yeah. This is my little boy. Well, okay, not so much little, but boy, Feather. What? I can't help you unless. Okay, don't do it. Okay. Beautiful cat. Both my boys are 10 as well. Oh my gosh. Are they, as rambunctious? Yes. Mwah. 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 Wonderful cat. All right. Do you want to help me end off stream? No? Are you just going to sit there looking at me falling asleep? Okay. Oh my god, you're heavy, buddy. I'll protect you from Big Bird. Protect me from Big Bird. Please. Protect me from Big Bird. Oh, he's purring. He's not gonna protect me from anything while he's purring. Mwah. What do you do? Do you want to be in the game, Stray? Oh. Do you like the huggable hipster clan? Mwah. You booped me on the head. I know, I love you too. Alright, you want to go down? Okay. Love the cat. Where am I from? I am from New York. Or New York, however you want to pronounce it. Oh, did he actually scratch me? That little kitty, did he actually scratch me? Oh no, he didn't scratch me. He grazed me. Oh my gosh. Both orange tabby cats. I love those. Those are really beautiful cats. But you guys, what's going to happen is I'm going to end off stream here. And yeah, this is the start of like all of the streams being at the end of the day just for the next week. So next Friday is when, is when the streams are going to end. Because let's face it, I need to be able to see if they'll actually work out being every day. Excuse me. If not, then I'm gonna figure out something because I want to be able to do live streams consistently, but doing them every day, like I want to just experiment 1 week with them, see how it'll go, and then we'll go from there and see. New York, yeah, New York. Oh my goodness gracious! He's like, I'm done. Take me to my grandparents. Well, currently my dad is napping, and Where'd you? Oh, hi, you're there. He's right. He's like literally staring at me right at the end of the chair. Looking back up. Okay. There we go. Are you? No, 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 no. What are you doing? Are you okay? All right. What exactly is your reason for being, my son? Are you? Oh, he just wants scratching. This has turned into a feather stream. That, yep, there you go. There you go. Yep. Oh, he's in love. Da 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 da. He's loving it. Your cat has a great future doing ASMR. Oh, I know. You're a good boy. Are you the best boy ever? I know. I know. He's an old fart. I'm sorry, you are. You're like 10 years old. What did you want me to say? All right, you guys. Thank you so much, you all, for coming by. You want to go down? Thank you guys so much for coming by. What's his name? Oh, Feather. And then my other cat's name is Binks, which Feather is Floof and Spoof, Feather Boy, Sittin' Shits, Mr. Mr. Poopy Head. Now imagine your cat singing a rap song to your cat. Oh my gosh. No, that would actually be amazing. I would love to get the motion capture for that. That would be absolutely wonderful. But you guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, morning, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. I hope you guys are staying safe. Please stay safe during this time. And I will talk to you all in the next stream and video.